I'm Tulsa World Meteorologist Kirsten and this is your Weather Wednesday. We're going to be talking about what causes wind. Now, wind is basically just the Earth's way of trying to stabilize itself, trying to find an equilibrium, a balance. We're going to start though first talking about soda cans, so very small scale, but it gives you kind of a better idea of what to expect. Now, if you have a soda can, the air pressure inside of that can is always going to be higher than the surrounding air pressure, so outside of the can. So when you go to open up the can, what happens is that you get a kind of a gush, a fizz, like we typically call it when you open up that can. What's happening there is that a wind, on a very small scale, wind is formed. It's an attempt to restore the balance from the differences in the air pressure there. So in this case, it's going to be between the inside and the outside of the can. So again, you open up that can, you have that air pressure, it's high inside, but as you open it, you get that gush of wind on a smaller scale that's trying to balance it. So then once that pressure is equalized, then the wind will stop. So we see that happen a lot. Now, what's the difference between a stronger wind or a lighter wind? Well, that's really going to matter between, in this case, the differences in pressure inside and outside of the can. So if the pressure inside of that can is much stronger, well, then you're going to be seeing a stronger wind as it's gushing out, rushing out, and trying to again equalize itself and find that balance. Now, the same can be said on a global scale. So this is why we see winds that happen. You have high pressure systems, you have low pressure systems that occur across the globe and of course here in the United States. And so what you're looking at again is that balance that's trying to be achieved between the two systems. Keep in mind that you'll always see air go from, or wind rather, go from high to low pressure. It's always going to be traveling from your high pressure to your low pressure system, filling voids whenever it can as air is constantly rising and falling between these two systems. So if you have a weak high pressure system or a weak low pressure system, then of course you're going to be seeing weak winds that happen between these. And a lot of times I'll show you maps that have these isobars on them. These lines here, isobars, are just lines of equal pressure. And so if you see them not quite packed together, kind of spread out like that, again, that's just going to be an indication that it's weaker winds. But when you have a stronger high pressure system, a stronger low pressure system, then you're going to be seeing these isobars closely packed together, and that's just an indication again of seeing stronger winds across the state or across the country. Thanks for joining me. I'm Tulsa World Meteorologist Kirsten Lang. This is your Weather Wednesday.